Welcome back to me playing Space Engineers. I've slightly updated my base a little bit since my last video. Made like a little tower like this just for some additional defense. Against what? Absolutely nothing. I'm playing single player, and quite frankly, this tower's already overkill for pirates and shit that would actually maybe attack me, and they almost never do unless I bring them to my base, basically. Anyway, I made another tower over there. You can see part of it. And I also updated some stuff by adding like this repair bay. Only really works for small ships, of course, but for a larger ship, I would just use my little utility ship over there. Finished out making this sort of hangar bay so I can have a couple ships in storage here. And I don't know why, but this is very satisfying to me. This is very simple. It's like very easy to do, and like, so satisfying. No idea why. Finally finished updating my grinder bay. I don't know why I thought I started off making this thing to come out from the side on pistons. I don't know why there's gravity. That's dumb. I was like, oh, I'll set up pistons here, and I'll put collectors down here, and that'll definitely work. Spoiler alert: it didn't work. So I ripped the whole thing apart and just did the intelligent thing and was like, ah, yes, gravity, that thing where I can just go in here, drop a thing, and it'll land on the grinders, and the grinders will disassemble it. You're probably wondering why I'm not dead. It's because, the grinders aren't running. Oop. And that was screaming pain as I smash into something, because I'm dumb. But anyway, my plan for today, because I've never actually done this. I've played several hundred hours of Space Engineers at this point. Not really doing anything crazy. I just kind of like build random shit and mine things. Nothing too weird, but like I've never actually built like a land vehicle, and I know I kind of just want to figure that out. Now I know what you're thinking. Fairpen, that doesn't look like a car in any way, shape, or form, and you'd be right because it's just kind of the base. I put this large cargo container up just to sort of form the basis of the construction, and I just use these blocks and this landing gear, just hold it in place and keep it up. I didn't actually, I should actually. Oh crap! I don't have enough. See, you can see this is a very well thought out procedure. Definitely not just running up the skin of my teeth as I try to figure this nonsense out. Most of the issue is me trying to remember to talk about. There, now it'll hold in place. Look, I can run into it. Nothing happens because that's locked. Thinking things through, not my strong point, clearly. But I've got a couple things. So I want to make sure, because I don't trust myself, I've got these ion thrusters. I'm going to make sure I have a couple of ion thrusters on the ship. Just so I, when I inevitably turtle myself, I have some possibility of unturtling myself. Is that going to make my thing essentially a ship with wheels? Yes. Yes, I don't want the big one. Yes, it is. But, details. I'm sure, like, this buggy thing is, like, very odd to me. Like, it doesn't have any connection points. Like, what's the purpose? I don't get it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it. I might just use, I might just do, like, the industrial one. Since this at least has the, well, it only has the small connectors, but honestly, like, what's the point of this ship? There is no point. I'm building it for reasons, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright. Alright. So that will be main cockpit sort of situation. There's a couple other things I'm going to need. I really got to figure out how to do these wheels. Because I know these things connect weird. I remember seen that much. Like that. Okay, that's upside down, but basically the idea. Okay. God. I'll be back later. Alright, slightly new plan. I'm just going with having the rear connector. This so I can attach some shit to it. And this. No, 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 no. Nope, yeah, too far. This, yes. And do you want to hook up the thing directly to, of course it's not going to work. This time we'll be careful with what we disintegrate with our incredibly overpowered grinder, and don't actually just tear a chunk out of the bottom of the base, because that would be dumb of me to do something so silly. Why would I do something so silly? Yeah. I don't have the grids, but that's fine. That gets the basic. There's nothing to connect to at the bottom. It's just got those rear connectors, a base to it, and left. That's the way, which is related, clearly different. One. Okay. Attempt number 5,780,000. I'm just going to do zoom. See, there's nothing to differentiate that. I mean, I guess it's got the yellow. Okay, the yellow is where the is not. Okay, that's just confusing. All right. And the right. So the yellow is, yeah, not where the housing goes. Okay. This will work if I drop it here. Perfect. Fits in there like a glove. I have power cell, so I don't have to worry about wasting the battery. Okay, so this obviously is going to need to go, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. I do want to give it some of its own power, so I'll probably leave a small reactor on it. Which reminds me, I need to go mine more uranium. Always need more uranium. The thing is, this thing's not really going to have too much on it, so it shouldn't need too many power sources. And I know I don't have enough of this because I don't have any of the crap for it, but that's fine, just get something. Alright, so now this is not going to be a very pretty looking ship by any stretch of the imagination. Right now I'm going for, can I make ship that go? By ship again, I mean not tune, left suspension. Why can't I target this? That's probably why I'm having such a hard time accidentally the thing, because it's hard to actually click on the suspension. Alright, that's fine. They don't all need to be done. That is enough, however. Perfect! Look, it's flat on the ground and might at least conceivably work. Yeah, we will see. Again, I don't know what the point of this thing is. It doesn't have any sort of utility. I'm kind of just making it to make it. And then I can learn how to go from there. This is how I started building my first ship in the game. I just made something and got it to work. Additionally, I kind of assume, because everything does, it's going to need a gyroscope. I think, like, I've got these modded ones because, my god, making a large ship without any sort of, like, overpowered gyroscopes is insane. This is the power of 10 gyroscopes. This is the power of 2.5. This is the power of 1, and this is the only one that's vanilla. This thing's tiny. I think one regular gyroscope should do it, and quite frankly, I can always upgrade it later. But let's get this all constructed, and... Alright, there we go. We have now got it. Obviously, you know, big gap here. It doesn't really look good. But again, we're not going with any sort of practical utility. We are going for purely, does Verpine know how to make a car? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? So, we are now in the ship. I don't know why it's budging at all. I assume just because of gravity and base not being quite, you know, whatever. Alright, should have somewhere in here. Handbrake's on. Okay. That means the handbrake is off. And if I turn this off... Yay, it's working! It's not stopping. Okay, it's stopping. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out how to grid that handbrake in. Oh! Duh. I just put it in here. That would be right, yeah. Handbrake on and off. Fine. Okay, oh boy. Whoa. Whoa, wow, yep. So, I think part of the problem is just because this ship is so light. Maybe it's a little bouncy. Keep in mind, I am in... Yeah, it's fine. I am in moon gravity. Jesus, I feel like it shouldn't be, like, looking up when I look up. That seems like a design flaw. Okay, but I can control... I broke the connector. Oh well, it's fine. Let's see, I can control inertial dampers, which, no, I can't. Huh. So again, part of the problem... Let me just fix this real quick. Part of the problem, I think, is just because the ship is so light. It has no mass. It's in moon gravity. It's not really... It doesn't have much going on in that regard. Well, we can make it heavier. That's just to prevent that from happening again. Shield. Check, see the batteries. Yeah, battery's still charging. Reactor's going pretty hard, but not too crazy. I gave it enough uranium to last for a while, so it should be fine. And I got my little shield generator so that if I go flying around willy-nilly, it's just a small one. It's not going to provide a lot of shielding, but this thing's really, again, not intended to do much. It's meant to be like, can I figure out how to make this dumb thing work? Alright, so I think maybe throwing some thrusters on it might be good. Alright, there we go. Now we got some thrusters on it. Let's... And now it does have inertial generators. Also, as I said, it can now just fly. Whee! Oh dear God. So weirdly enough, I mean this is still crazy and not really working. I don't know what that was. Whee! Boom. All right. So far we're not having a lot of success. This is how they flew around on the moon, like on the moon buggy, right? It definitely just got big air. Granted, I'm going, whoa, fast as hell for a moon buggy. I don't think they were running around at like. I also, the wheels just might not be well configured. Like maybe they need to be more. I mean, it's kind of, very, very kind of working. I think maybe. Don't worry about it. It'll come down. If I set the. Okay, and if I toggle this off. Okay, okay. Okay, so I think, yeah, that makes more sense. Keep the thrusters sort of as the, oops, we done fucked up and turtled ourselves sort of situation. Okay, and obviously I'm going to want access to that. Turn it off and on. And just because have it. Always good to have the recharge on and off, I've found. Shouldn't matter now that I have thrusters, but... Oh, crap, I'm running out of oxygen. It's fine. Oh, boy. See, I'm still getting air even without the thrusters. And look, now we can see my other little turret base. Put a little missile turret on it, you know, you get a nice little drive-by of the thing. Ah, that's good. I didn't mean to come in and land on my base, but I guess that's what we're doing. Boing! And boing. Ooh, damage. That's what the shield is for. Alrighty. Woo! Okay. Well, first test was we didn't blow up. That's a good sign. We'll start with that, and maybe work on actually what to do with this damn thing. Also, I'm gonna need to set up a connector base for it. I mean, I guess I could technically just use the thrusters and. That's not a happy noise. Okay, there we go. There we go. The wheels turning. Oh my god, this is such a mess. Sorry, this is not a good angle. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm just laughing at the wheels. Okay, there we go. So yeah, my perfectly makes sense floating car. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, we'll use that as a basis and maybe make something a little bit more impressive next time.